It's like a sunset of tuna. The producers told me that I was going to be interacting and eating sushi in some way. The rarity, the specialness of the experience was not conveyed and could not have been conveyed. Here we are in Tokyo. Just got off the plane a couple hours ago. I was supposed to be on the beach in Bali, but National Geographic called the other day and said, cut your vacation short, come to Tokyo, and now I don't know what the plan is going to be. It's a letter, and it's a list of sorts sorted into categories. It says, Dear Lucas. In a residential neighborhood in Tokyo, Chef Hisashi Udatsu presents an omakase menu with some creative and non-traditional ingredients and cooking methods that put it on our 2024 Best of the World list. Your mission, find out why by completing our scavenger hunt. Don't forget to take photos as you complete each task. First things first, test out the camera. Selfie. Mean mug. We're actually doing this now? First is to find Udatsu Sushi. Ride the subway to Nakameguro Station. Ride the subway. Done. Walk along the canal and explore the neighborhood. Done. Bring a present to give to the owner. If you don't have one, purchase one. Baked goods would be kind of cute. A haircut. Maybe some tea. Got it. I'm holding the tea underneath my armpit. You just can't see it. Done. After the train tracks, they said you'd see it when you see it. Find Udatsu Sushi. Done. I think there's something magical when chefs meet each other, mostly because most chefs are so kind and so nice and know what we go through within the industry. But more than anything, we're also perpetual, lifelong students. Wherever we're eating, whatever we're eating, whoever we're eating with, huge objective of ours is to understand the deliciousness. I felt very much at home and at ease with Chef because he was so happy to teach me things I didn't know. I'm sorry to ask this, but can I take a photo of you? Done. I cooked in Japan a while ago in kaiseki, but because I was very junior, I was not allowed to touch fish. So this is like a very next level thing for me. As a chef, I don't think I'm ever going to get this opportunity ever again to sit in a restaurant with a chef and ask so many probing questions and meet a chef who is so open to answering those questions and genuinely helping me understand a little bit more about the evolution and the movement of sushi through the ages.
これがうちの代名詞的なハーブ巻きですね。広島の鍛冶屋農園さんってところから送ってもらってるオーガニックのお野菜です。どうぞ。じゃあ最初小肌のハーブ巻きです。お花と一緒にそのまま召し上がってください。
This is ridiculous. It's so baller to start a meal with texture that you don't anticipate when you walk inside of such a serene omakase sushi place. As a chef who's cooked in the Western world, you see microgreens and you get scared because you think that it's going to be bitter, it's going to take things away. But when it's doubled down on that in the center to such texture and the oiliness of the fish plays with the natural bitterness inside of those greens, it's such an unexpected first step into a new direction. I've never started any sushi meal like this. First bite of the meal. Done.
次がさつまいもとキャビアのもなかサンドですね。さつまいもを蒸してあって上に乗ってるキャビアがオーガニックのキャビアです。もなかサンドイッチにして召し上がってください。
Wow. The imprint on there isn't just for show. It's actually smoky. I feel like it's a call out to some of the smoky flavors that are going to happen later. when we look at a restaurant like Udatsu Sushi, a lot of people want to throw the word experimental and new on there. But in our conversation with Chef, one of the most important words he said was new tradition. So how would you describe your style of sushi?
キーワードっていうと江戸前寿司の王道って言われるスタイルはあるんですけど、その伝統を守りながら新しいことにチャレンジをするっていうのが向かってる先ですかね。新しい伝統を作りたいっていうのが一番のいい言い方なのかなと思います。はい。
Learn about his cooking philosophy. Done.
じゃあ次が大トロの燻製ですね。大トロをちょっとお米の藁で最初炙って香りをつけてます。でお塩とわさびで味を整えてあげて最後ちょっと蓋開けていただくと煙が出るんですけど、それをアップルウッドの煙で香り楽しんでから召し上がってください。
It's gonna smoke, I think. God damn it. Sometimes I wish I was acting, but I genuinely am not. First of all, I've never had wasabi like that before. Why isn't it spicy? I was reminded that that's not what wasabi tastes like all around the world. Most wasabi that you get in takeout sushi restaurants is actually horseradish that's dyed green, and so it's got an aggressiveness to it. One of the cool things that Chef did was bring in his artisan that had made a lot of his chopsticks, table settings, in this case specifically the wasabi grater.
これがここの部分です。
Whoa! So what is this? What is it for? And like, why do we have to make it out of the stingray?
これはエイなんですけど、エイだったりとかサメの皮ですることによってわさびの辛みよりも風味を立たしてくれるんですよね。おろし金のやつでやると香りじゃなく辛みだけ立っちゃうので、あえてというかこれを好んで使ってます僕は。
Do you see that your philosophies match up?
哲学なんてなんもないです。こういうのを作ってほしい。はい、わかりました。手に馴染めて使いやすいものを作るだけです。それが哲学なのかっていうのはそうなんですけども。
Ask about his ingredients and tools. Done. And Udatsu-san was nice enough to show us that process and to let me try my hand at it.
わさびするときは優しくゆっくり。すごく香りも。
Oh, it's so it's very green. It's very vegetal.
Yes, もうちょっと強く。はい、そのまま。
The spice is momentary and it's exciting and it's explosive, but it's not excessive. Great fresh wasabi, done. So I see lotus roots.
次が野菜巻きですね。ちょっとこれも一つのうちのシグネチャーで、ザーサイ、長芋、水菜、あとレンコンチップスとフキノトウ3年熟成の赤味噌を混ぜてあります。
Particularly excited about this as a Chinese chef because there's a Chinese ingredient of the Chinese pickled mustard greens. But when we saw the prep of this earlier, it's a totally different color. It's bright green instead of yellow. I'm expecting a lot of crunchiness, a little bit of that like silky sliminess from the nagaimo, and importantly, the first appearance of rice in this tasting menu. Wow. I love this.
もう全部野菜だけですこれはもう。はい。
Actually out of this world. The focus that Chef has, plus the restraint he has to bring in new elements, there's something new going on there. Okay, here we go. First piece of nigiri. Nigiri, はい。ですか。Yummy. A beautiful thing that I learned about sushi today is that if the fish is good, the fish part is good. But the rice is perhaps the most reflective of the sense of style of each sushi chef. What is your approach to the rice here?
僕はお寿司の7割から8割はシャリが大事だと思ってて、熊本県にある農家さんと直接契約してオーガニックのお米を使ってます。
It was really special that we got the chance to see how that rice was prepared. What you can hear now is the rice alarm, which basically is the rice jumping up and down inside of the pot, causing the lid to clank. At Udatsu Sushi, Chef Udatsu makes two types of rice. One for maguro, that's a little bit more punchy, a little bit more acidic, and the other for everything that's not maguro. It's such like minute differences, but from the time the rice gets dressed to the manipulation of the rice all changes the texture just so slightly, so that when we're tasting it like this, it doesn't taste like how it did with the fish, but eventually throughout the process, it will. Preparing the two types of rice, done. Something really interesting about a lot of the things I've had today is the sequence of flavor and the evolution and like the timeline within the palate. Like something will come in and there'll be one texture and then there'll be like a hidden little surprise in the middle. So good. In this case, a sweet, small burst of sweet shrimp in the center I haven't seen before and I didn't know was possible.
次が中トロですね。
Learn how to cut fish in the traditional Japanese style. We did not do that. It would have been inappropriate given how woefully insufficient my knife skills are. However, we did learn a lot about fish butchery and everything to do with the fish.
ここの部分が赤身の部分で、こっちが大トロの部分で、こっちが中トロの部分っていう形でちょっと一回ばらして各パーツに分けたいと思います。
One of the most amazing things as a chef watching a sushi chef is that every single step is so neat. Everything is squared off. Very aspirational stuff.
やっぱ同じ魚でも昨日と今日はもう全然生きてるものなんで変わる。そこの見極めをやっぱ大切にして本当に対話お客さんの口に入る時にいいものを出すっていうのをやっぱこうコンセプトにやってますね。それで言うと多分僕も
To clear the air, I suppose. I don't speak Japanese anymore. I worked in Japan for a couple of years, picked up kitchen level Japanese, which is 50% grunting, and then lost the 50% of grammatical, syntactical Japanese due to an ex-girlfriend telling me that my Japanese is bad. Learn how to cut fish in the traditional Japanese style, sort of done. Chef also brought a second artisan. He is the go-to knife expert for all of the top sushi restaurants in all of Tokyo.
これはマグロをカットするための包丁なんで切れなくなっちゃったんで綺麗に直してもらいます。はい。
お預かりします。
What's incredible about that relationship is how well he's gotten to know each chef that he serves. How do you talk about knives and how do you find the right knife for the right chef?
僕は手が大きいので、こう持った感じがここがあんま細すぎると嫌だとか、あとこう切ってる段階の時にここが厚いとくっつくから嫌だとか、そういうのを春馬さんに伝えるとそれに合わせて作ってくれます。
私なりのこういう形にしたらかっこいいんじゃないですかとか、そういうことはいろいろご相談させていただいて決めさせていただいております。
花村さんもこだわりがあるから厳しいっすよ。
Meet the knife guy. Done.
大トロをちょっと炭で炙って炭の香りをマグロにつけてあげながら握っていきます。なんだ
Nothing prepared me for this. Everything just collapses into a puddle of maximal flavor. The fat just melts and pushes almost just like into a puddle all over your palate. Then the rice starts to come up into those little pieces that you chew through. Little pop, 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 pop. It's too good.
カニとシャリ、あと冬のお野菜ですね。下仁田ネギと人参の雑炊になります。
Whoa. The crab is really nice and sweet. Yum. Try sushi from a konbini that it's not from Udatsu Sushi as a point of comparison. Okay, so we found a negitoro, which is minced tuna with chives. Mass-produced nori has this like brilliant green color, but it just doesn't have that crisp, obviously, that Udatsu Sushi had. The rice doesn't have the same amount of chew. It's a little bit gluey. And the fish, obviously, in order to keep it preserved inside of a cold case, doesn't have the same texture. And actually doesn't taste very much like fish. Not to say that this tastes bad. just doesn't compare. Oh my goodness, I didn't take a photo. This photo is missing, but I swear I did it. Taste the convenience store sushi, done.
次はウニですね。このシャリの上に揚げた海苔ですね。2種類のウニをちょっと乗っけてるんですけど、バフウニは濃厚な感じです。で、紫ウニは香りを楽しんでもらうようなイメージですね。
What? One bite though. The layers of flavor again. Usually, when I've had sushi before and we get to uni, they always ask, would you like this one or that one? This type or that type? This has both. One a little bit more textural and buttery. The other one punchy, bright and sweet. Crisp from the fried seaweed in the middle. And then that signature rice. This is the part of the meal when everything starts to blend together. Because as the flow picks up, the rhythm picks up, everything is just happening. And all our job as customers is to try to grasp what's happening to us.
ホタエビの昆布締めと黄身醤油青のソース。
What? I'm sensitive to the word fusion because it implies a sort of crass bombardment of cuisine and a mishmash of things in a way that is done in pursuit of novelty instead of pursuit of genuine deliciousness. Whoa. I'm so sorry. Can someone translate what's happening right now? Prawn roe infused into egg yolk sauce? Is that what it is? Tradition informs chef's evolution, but what keeps him going is deliciousness. And there are also moments of that meal that are just soul, like purification level of just really delicious things put together, like that egg yolk sauce with a little bit of rice left in the bottom of the bowl. Wow. But I don't want to discount the amount of work that chef has put into understanding an older form of sushi, upon which he's building Udatsu Sushi. What? Wait. So what the hell's going on?
4種類入れた。赤身、中トロ、大トロ、大トロ炙り。あと芽ネギとたくあんです。
What the hell is that?
マグロの太巻きです。
Look at this. I don't know if you guys already see it. It's like a sunset of tuna.
ワンバイトで。
One bite. はい。頑張っています。I could try to say something poetic, like, oh, this is the bite that encapsulates all these other bites that preceded it, but that's just, I mean, that's a ridiculous thing. You can't not experience that to know what that feels like.
最後、
Thank you.
デザートの卵焼きです。
Wow. What a climax. Oy. Whoa. And it's got plenty of fish in it, but it teases out all that sweetness. It's fun, and it's funny. Egg for dessert like this. Very good. Arigatou gozaimasu. Oh. I think I need a moment to process this. The best tasting menus feel like a journey because not only have you gone from point A to point B, like you physically moved, but then you can look back at every single slice of that experience and remember it and reflect on it and feel like it all accumulated to something like A plus B plus C, and it all like maximized into this big thing. And that's my feeling, especially with that last maguro futomaki and then the tamago.
ありがとうございます。コースはもう全部ストーリー、はい、一つの物語で、はい、作ってます。
Thank you. Thank you. On this list, there are two things that it asks of me. One is to have a Zen moment, and the second is to write a haiku about my experience. With my utter lack of command of the Japanese language and a little bit of help from our friendly crew members, I present to you the following. Udatsu Sushi, Ato to Dento Meshiagare. It's pretty good. 5.75. Done. The takeaway, I think, from today is that there is no sense of progress without deep understanding of tradition. And Udatsu Sushi is a shining example of that. At the end of the meal, Chef and I had a drink at the bar next door at Bar Rokusho. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef. How do you feel after cooking like that?
とりあえずその日、今日一日は全力でやりきったって思えた日はまあ OK って感じです。
I bet if I was cooking all day and this guy made me keep talking about the philosophy of food, I just want to like shut up. Can we talk about baseball or something, you know?
僕はすぐ飲みに行きます。はい、終わった。もう今日はやりきった。よし、飲みに行こう。
Finish. Yeah, his drink. Done.